Hi everybody, this is Shawna Odette from the Flying Cat Academy. Welcome to lesson number 107. This is a review lesson. Let's begin by setting up the table. You'll need your top 160 sight word list, and if your student has finished that list, then you can move on to the top 290 word list. You can find that list on the flyingcatacademy.com website by going to the Guided Lessons section. You'll find a subpage called Extra Resources. You'll also need the teacher instruction sheet, the student's sight word card pack, some blank index cards, a highlighter, markers, and some pencils. For the phonemic awareness drill, you'll need the teacher instruction sheet and the colored tiles for the student. For the visual drill and auditory drill, you'll need the teacher instruction sheets and the card pack for the student. We'll have a syllable card drilled today. We'll be making compound words, so you'll have to have this one cut out and ready to go. For the magnetic letter tile drills for reading and spelling, you'll need the teacher instruction sheets and the cookie sheet with the letters spread in a rainbow shape for the student. You'll need the syllable pounding sheet, the new phoneme grapheme kinesthetic discovery sheet, and the sheets for the lesson. In addition, we'll be doing a board game to review the different sounds for the ARC controls. And you'll need one die, a D6. You'll need the words for the game, and you'll need that board. In addition, you'll need a little marker that they can use as their person that they move around the board. You'll also need a timer if you've introduced the fluency element, and you'll need a secondary program such as Read Naturally or the 6-minute reading solution to do that. Let's do the sight word study method. Student, you're going to take out your sight word card pack. I'd like you to read through all the words in your card pack. After you read a word correctly, put a check mark in the corner of the card. When you're finished, hand the card pack to your teacher, and then it's your teacher's turn to read. Your teacher will read each word, and student, you will write each one down. When a word is written correctly, use the other corner of the card and put a check mark. After you finish, have a quick discussion with your teacher about which of those words has been mastered. The mastered words will be removed from the card pack. This leaves space so that you can introduce a new sight word. Let's do the phonemic awareness drill. Student, could you take out your colored tiles? Can you say Now take a colored tile, put it on the table, and call it Okay, take a second color, call it f. Can you repeat that sound? Now put the f in front of the first one. And what's your word? Tap it and say it. Did you say fur, as in the dog had very thick fur? If you did, that's right. Find the f in fur and change the f into a h. What's your new word? Tap it and say it. Did you say her? If you did, that's right. Take a t and add it to the end of her, and what's your new word? Tap it and say it. Did you say that the new word is hurt? I hope you don't hurt yourself. If you did, that's right. Okay, now change the h in hurt to a sh. Can you repeat that sound? Okay, make the change and tap it and say it. Did you say the new word is shirt? This is my shirt. If you did, that's right. Find the in shirt. Change the into an R and tap it and say it. You'll get a nonsense word. Did you say shart? Okay. Now change the R in shart into an or. And what's your new word? Tap it and say it. Did you say short? If you did, that's right. You can put your tiles away now. Let's do the visual drill. Student, what is the sound of this one? Did you say or as in for? If you did, that's right. Teacher, do about 6 to 8 flashcards in this way. Now let's do the auditory drill. Student, can you say R? I'm wondering what grapheme makes the sound R. Write it down, and as you're writing it down, say the sound R again. and then underline it and say R a third time. Then we'll check your work. Did you write it AR makes R? If you did, that's right. Okay, teacher, do about 6 to 8 flashcards in this way. Now it's time to do the syllable card drill. And your teacher has this one cut out and ready to go on the table for you. You'll read down all the words in column number 1, and then all the words in column number 2, and then you'll read across the rows making nonsense words. Finally, it's time to unscramble things. So move around the words that are in column 2 so that they match up with different ones in column 1 to make real words. Remember that you want to be discussing the meanings of these new words and put some of them into sentences as well. Let's do some syllable pounding. Student, can you say the word cordless? If something has no cord, like it could be a cordless drill. How many syllables do you hear in the word cordless? Cordless. I hear the or, that R controlled, and then I hear the ed sound in the closed syllable. So there's 2. How about this one? Surprise. And you could try pounding it out this way. Say surprise. There's 2 in that one. How about this? Tur. Not a word on its own. I hear 1, just the That's the R controlled ER. Okay, how about this one? Letter. Can you say that word? How many syllables are in letter? Did you say 2? If you did, that's right. Okay, student, it's time to take out your Scooping Syllables worksheet. As you're working through the words, scooping them, I would like you to discuss your thinking. And teacher, you can take out the answer key and get ready for that. Now it's time to practice adding suffixes to bases of different syllable types. And we have 2 worksheets that will help us with this. Student, remember it's a great idea to discuss your thinking as you're working through the different word sums. Now we're going to review ER, IR, and UR, which all make the sound. To do this, we have a board game. So you'll find that on the table, and your teacher will have the board game out. You'll have 1 die, it'll be a D6, and you'll need a piece. I'm just using the piece I use for phonemic awareness to be my player. And then you'll turn those upside down, the cards. You'll roll the dice, and then student, you can, so if I rolled 3, I would go 3 spaces. And then the teacher would read a card, and as the player, the student has to either write the word down or tap it and say all the letters in the word verbally, or you could make it with magnetic letter tiles if you prefer. And then the teacher will reveal the true spelling of the word. If the student was right, then you're good to go. You can have another turn. And if not, then you'll have to go backwards. You're trying to get all the way around the board to that treasure chest. Let's do the magnetic letter tile drill for reading. Student, you're going to need your cookie sheet with your letters spread in a rainbow shape for this one. Can you say F? Now find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say Now find the correct tile or tiles and pull them to the middle. Now tap it and say it. And the way that you spelled this word is going to depend on what meaning you took from it. So the word is fir. And if it was a fir tree, you would spell it F-I-R. If it was a dog's fur, you would spell it F-U-R. So you had options there. Okay, put those words back and get ready for your new word. Can you say B? Now find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say Find the correct tile or tiles and pull them to the middle. Can you say D? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now tap it and say it, and consider your spelling. Okay, did you spell this word B-I-R-D? And did you say it was bird? If you did, that's right. Teacher, if there's time, you can do another word in this way, and if not, then have the student move on to reading the single word list, then the short story, and then you'll do the fluency element. Now it's time for the magnetic letter tile drill for spelling. Student, your word is dirt. Can you say that word? I might say, I was digging in the dirt. What's the first sound that you hear in dirt? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the next sound that you hear in dirt? Find the correct tile or tiles and pull them to the middle. And what's the last sound that you hear in dirt? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now tap it and say it, and think about your spelling. Did you spell this one D-I-R-T? If you did, that's right. Put those tiles away and get ready for your new word. Your word is burn. Can you say that? I might say, I touched the fire and got a burn. Okay, what's the first sound that you hear in burn? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the next sound that you hear in burn? Find the correct tile or tiles and pull them to the middle. And what's the last sound that you hear in burn? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now tap and say the word. Did you spell this one B-U-R-N? If you did, that's right. Okay, teacher, you can do another word in this way if you have time. And if not, then student, I'd like you to take out a pencil and some lined paper, and we're going to write some single words. Your word is shirt. Can you repeat that word? Now I'd like you to tap out the sounds in shirt. So say the sounds as you tap, then say the whole word, and then write it down. Then we'll check your work. Did you spell this one S-H-I-R-T? If you did, that's right. Okay, let's get ready for your next word. Your word is girl. Can you repeat that word? Okay, tap it, say it, and write it down. Did you spell girl G-I-R-L? If you did, that's right. Okay, term. Can you repeat that? I say, I will agree to the term. I will agree to your terms. So term. Tap it, all the sounds, say the word, and write it down. Okay, did you spell this one T-E-R-M? If you did, that's right. Now it's time to write some sentences. So teacher, I'd like you to read out all 3 sentences to the student. And student, you're going to choose the 2 that you would like to write. After you write a sentence, make sure that you check your work with chops. Let's do a quick review before you go. Student, what is the sound of this one? Did you say R? If you did, that's right. And what is the sound of this one? Did you say If you did, that's right. What is the sound of this one? Did you say again? If you did, that's correct. And let's do one more. What is the sound of this one? Again. Okay, great job today. That is the end of lesson 107. This is Shawna Odette from the Flying Cat Academy.